So council members of the Ekurhuleni municipality shared different views on how Mayor Nkosindiphile Xhakaza performed in his first 100 days as the executive mayor. Failure to stabilize water and electricity challenges have been pointed out as shortcomings Xhakaza has not managed to address. The city of Ekurhuleni suffered a great political instability following the 2021 local government elections. Changes in mayorship severely affected service delivery in the region. The mayor now joins us this morning. Mayor, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us. You just heard there my colleague there, Naledi, speaking to one of the residents in Ekurhuleni. One of the questions that he has is, when will the city ensure that it deals with informal settlements and it formalizes those settlements?
No, thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm not sure if I'm audible.
Yes, you are. We can hear you, Mayor. You can go ahead.
Yeah, I'm actually on the road, rushing to the visit by the Minister of Police to Gauteng, and really the visit is aimed at ensuring that we have a coordinated approach or collaboration with all spheres of government, in particular the metros, in fighting crime. But I take the opportunity to respond to the question, and that is why we delivered the 100 days program, so that one of the things that we said we want to strengthen is communications with our communities, and we really appreciate this opportunity, because what it does, it strengthens accountability, but it begins to build the trust between us and communities that over time has diminished. And we did deliver the 100 days program. And let me take the opportunity just to highlight some of the key things that we reported on. One was the political stability that we had to focus on to cement, because without the political stability, you then have a compromise in service delivery. So we had to work hard to actually just ensure that the mayoral committee, there is a clear understanding in terms of the levels of accountability with the mayor and the type of discipline, culture, and performance that is expected. And you'd have seen where we had to act. We had to remove the MMC of finance, because there was issues of performance. That went a long way to really set the tone in terms of even a clear line in terms of to administration, in terms of where the what you call the buck stops, and that we are hoping that it does translate to service delivery. If you look at the reports that we actually presented for quarter 3, they actually showed an improvement, because we're actually given this responsibility in April. We did all the plans. Early in May or end of April, we pronounced what are the critical things that we had to do, and we had to really hit the ground running. One, by announcing the 6 key pillar programs that drive our work. We introduced what we call a war room, so that the issues, as communities identify them on the ground, as we see them, they get registered. We then follow up weekly meetings, multi-departmental meetings, to ensure that those issues are really attended to. That was followed up by the mayoralism bureaus, where we actually ensured that we go to all the communities, we communicate to our communities, but most importantly, we get the necessary feedback. We clear the stubborn service delivery issues. And we think we've gone a long way, because if you look at the results, they showed that there's been an improvement in the service delivery report, from 70% to about 90%. In the area of electricity, there's been an improvement from 76% to about 89% in terms of clearing those issues that have been attended to. Even in the area of water, from 89 to about 91% in terms of dealing with and ensuring the reported issues are attended to. And coming to the issue that you have raised in terms of human settlements, we've got serious backlogs in that area of housing, and we had a clear plan. We have 123 informal settlements in Ekurhuleni, and which has about 164,000 households, and it houses about 600,000 communities. And a clear plan, we have developed it over time as government, that we want to build 100,000 housing opportunities for our communities, but another 59,000 service stands. And that will really go a long way to cover the 100
Okay. Of the 123, Mayor, of the 103 informal settlements that you're speaking about, how many would you say are in the process of actually being formalized? Because this is an issue that has been raised by another resident as well, who was in conversation with Naledi. Just take a listen to what they had to say.
Situation here, because as you can see around us, we are in extension 8 currently. There's still a lot of shacks. There is still a lot of gravel roads. There are a few tar roads, but that's the main road. When it rains, the water here just gets stuck. There's no drainage systems. We do not have police visibility. The people here are in a situation where the electricity is divided into 2 sections. One part is supported by Van Eck. One part is supported by Volcania. So basically, if the electricity at Volcania side is not on, then one part of extension 8 remains off, and then the other one is on. So it's a very tricky situation where even if we can stand now for 5 hours, you are not going to see even one police van because we do not have police visibility here, which is a huge concern. Crime is an issue as well.
And some of the issues, Mayor, that you've already dealt with, but I want to go back to that question around the 123 informal settlements. How many of those are in the process of being formalized?
Yes, we actually have various packages in terms of how we respond. One, as I indicated to you, we've got 100,000 housing opportunities that we are creating because we've got areas that are in the municipal land where we can actually build. There's about 16 mega human settlements projects that are currently on the ground. In Germiston, we're talking about low port development. It's actually a mega smart city where we're actually having, even allocating as we finish up certain phases of the project. We're allocating. If you go to Tsakane, we've got the John Dube project. If you go to areas of Kwatema, we've got in Springs and Brakpan, we've got Daggafontein. So there's various projects across the city that are currently, but we must agree that in the last 2.5 years, there's been no really traction. And we've elevated the program of mega human settlements to make sure that we fast track those projects, we get them back in traction. We have been having a meeting with the MEC of human settlements in Gauteng, including the minister, Minister Kensani Kubai, where we've actually put up a program, including a war to actually fast track those projects. But not everybody will be accommodated. There are other areas where we're doing what we call a service stand, 59,000 service stands. Service stand, it means instead of you waiting for us to build the house, we actually reblock you. We reorganize the informal settlements to make sure that those areas are habitable. We actually improve the standard of living. We create access roads just in case there's emergency services. In terms of police response.
Okay. Mayor, thank you so much for your time. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. A number of issues that I would have loved to raise with you, including the downgrade of the city's credit ratings, but unfortunately, we've run out of time. That is Mayor Xhakaza, the mayor of Ekurhuleni. Still to come here on the